Welcome to all my viewers. Today we are going to discuss continental drift theory from the chapter Distribution of Oceans and Continents, Book 1, Fundamentals of Physical Geography of Class 11. So, what is continental drift theory? The continental drift theory was propounded by Alfred Wegener, a German scholar who put forward his theory in the year 1912. His theory was revised in 1924. According to Wegener, he assumed that all the land masses were joined together as a single vast continent known as Pangaea in the Upper Carboniferous Age. The northern part of Pangaea comprised of North America, Europe and Asia and was known as Laurasia. Similarly, the southern part of Pangaea comprised of South America, Africa, Peninsula India, Australia and Antarctica and was known as Gondwana land. Both Laurasia and Gondwana land were separated by a narrow and shallow sea known as Tethys Sea. The entire landmass of Pangaea was surrounded by a huge ocean known as Panthalassa. Wegener, in his theory, provided many evidences to support the theory of continental drift. These evidences were collected by Wegener to enhance his theory and to support that the continents in the past were joined together and later on, due to various forces, they drifted apart. The evidences which were given by Wegener was jigsaw fit, rocks of different types across the ocean, fossils, tillets and corals. One by one we will be discussing about all these points and evidences given by Wegener. The first one which we are going to take up is jigsaw fit puzzle. In this evidence, Wegener mentioned that the eastern and the western coast of the Atlantic Ocean have a remarkable and unmistakable match. The map produced by Bullard using computer program in 1964 also showed that the best fit of the Atlantic Ocean was found not in the coast but at 1000 fathom unit of the present shoreline, that is deep inside the Atlantic Ocean. And this was a biggest evidence for the support that in the past somewhere the continents were joined together. Hence, it was something which provoked the geologist to think again on the drift of the continents. The second one which he put forward as an evidence was the existence of fossils. Wegener tried to explain the drifting of continents on the basis of distribution of fossils. For example, fossils of plant, that is Glossopteris, and animals like Mesosaurus and Listosaurus. These are some of the fossils which were been named by Wegener, have been found in Carboniferous rocks of India, Australia, South Africa, South America, Falkland Island, or Antarctica, etc. And these are widely separated areas. They are not joined together. And such a distribution can only be explained by accepting the concept of continental drift, because these fossils were found in all these islands which are being mentioned, or we can say all these continents which are being mentioned. Hence, it is not possible for the fossils to move in such a vast area. Hence, the scientists supported it. The next one which was being mentioned by Wegener was the rocks which are found same across the ocean, which is also known as geological matching. There are gold deposits within the river alluvium in the Ghana coast of Africa, but there are no source of rocks in this region. However, across 5,000 km wide Atlantic Ocean, there is gold bearing veins in Beição of Brazil. The South American coast, we find that this kind of deposits have been found. From where these gold deposits are been arriving over here? That is the big question mark. how this geological matching could be done or how it is possible until and unless these continents were joined in the past. The occurrence of such stunning similarities in distant land give us such evidences, and it provokes us to think that continents were somewhere in the past joined with each other, and supports the continental drift theory. The next one which was being given as an evidence by Wegener was tillets. It's something which is related to paleoclimatic unity. Paleoclimate refers to the study of climate in some period to the geological past. Thick glacial deposit of Permo-Carboniferous age are exposed to in the coast of Uruguay or in the region of Uruguay and Brazil in South America, Africa, South India, South Australia and Tasmania. The uniformity of the nature of sediments indicate that these continents or countries were together in the geological past and experienced similar climatic conditions. Today these countries have drifted far apart from each other and are widely separated, but still these continents are having similarity in their paleoclimate, the climate which existed in the past, and thus it is a major evidence to prove that the continents in the past were joined together. The next evidence given by Wegener is the existence of corals. Corals, this term is very familiar to many of you. Corals are the minute reef building marine polyps which thrive well in warm water within the temperature of above 20 degrees centigrade, and it lives between the latitude 30 degree north and 30 degrees south. The geological occurrence of coral away from the belt of 30 degree north and 30 degrees south latitude strengthen the view that these continents were nearer to the equator in the geological past. The continents have moved northward and are experiencing cold and torrid climatic conditions today. Now these were some of the evidences which were being put forwarded by Wegener to support his theory continental drift. He also mentioned the reason behind or the forces behind the movement of the continents. One was polar fleeing force and another one was tidal force, which was mentioned by Wegener. What is this polar fleeing force? According to him, it is related to the rotation of the earth. The earth rotates round its axis, as a result of which materials move from poles towards the equator on the earth. Consequently, where is a bulge in the equator, there is also a flattening near the pole. Hence, it tends to move accordingly. This was the major reason we can say put forward by Wegener behind the movement of the continents. The another one which he mentioned is the tidal force. The tidal force is due to the attraction of the moon and the sun, which causes huge tides in the ocean, and Wegener expressed the opinion that these forces would become effective when applied over sufficiently long period of time. As many geologists did not support the forces which were being mentioned by Wegener behind the movement of the continents, but we can say that continental drift theory was an initiator in the field of various theories which were being put forward later on as post-drift studies. If Wegener wouldn't have put this theory in front of us, then it would be impossible for us to know about plate tectonics. Thank you all for watching the video.